Firmware update succeeded.
Hi Bill, hi Sheena, setting up the computer and the telescope. Unfortunately, updating firmware has become the story of my life. Hi John. The clouds have parted. My fan worked in dissipating them. Have you guys seen my video of the 9 fox cubs running around their mom? I was visiting a neighbor and she indicated that there was a mama fox with her cub living under the garage, and we were fortunate enough that they came out to say hey. Bill, thank you for the suggestion of 59, 81, 82, 85. We'll be able to get all 3 of them in one shot with the Seestar. I'm also planning to hit 24p a comet. Make sure we verify that John is not giving us bad information from Florida, so we will check TCRB to make sure it's still there. 235p linear is a possibility as well. And then we have a whole assortment of Messier objects within sight. As you can see from the window behind me, it is still bright outside, as is the sky cam. I will probably go back to the foxes with a DWARF 3 on a tripod, and without coming too close to them, see if we can get some nice video of them. This was a cell phone video. Yeah, the big fan worked. Today can be described as a what comet cluster do you speak of, John? Is that the 5982 series? Bill, it will probably track them, but I don't know if you've seen the video, but these are 9 little ones going in 9 different directions at the same time. Don't know which one it will track. Mama was not too happy to see me, even though I was a solid 200 feet away. Yeah, I saw the moon this morning. It looked beautiful. We have 2 International Space Station passes tonight, but both are low. Nothing like yesterday's. Oh. So today I had to deal with 3 firmware upgrades that I did not want. The worst of the 3 was the Tesla upgrade. It no longer parks inside my garage. It stops in the driveway. It no longer backs out of the garage. It says there are obstructions. And it has regressed majorly in navigation. 5 out of 6 times it turned in the wrong direction, taking the long way around. I kept explaining we're not trying to go to India by going west. Seestar just updated its firmware. And let's see what it does. John, I have my tea. See how golden it is? Well, in a couple of weeks, as June comes around, our night stargazing will become limited to 11 p.m. to 2 a.m. Reminds me of when I lived in Manchester. Sun will set 10:30, 11 p.m. and then rise a couple hours later. Oh, sorry. We are grateful every day, Bill. Every day we're living on borrowed time. Well, if we had been above the Arctic Circle, we'll be having a lot of long nights in winter. Very soon we should be seeing some stars to the east. I need to pull up Stellarium to see what is in store for us tonight. Stellarium says initializing solar system. I hope doesn't mean it. Hello, Jeannie. Stellarium is initializing the solar system. I don't know if that's good or bad. We'll soon find out. Charlie 35. Where is C35? Comma B. It's doable. Except for two problems. It's too far, too high up and too small. It's only 2 degrees by 2 degrees. Sorry, take that back. 2 minutes by 2 minutes. That's going to be tiny on Seestar, but I'll add it to the list. We may want to tackle it early because it's already at 61 degrees up. Yeah, we have lots of galaxies tonight. Lots. I'm looking at M5, M13, M10, M12, M92, and then these are just the clusters. We may or may not be able to still catch M104, or has it gone beyond the meridian? All right, we'll see what we can do with it, John. As soon as we can see it, we'll go for it. The problem is it's too high. That's what worries me. Yeah, I'm looking at it. It's a very busy area. Let me show you what we are talking about here. Window. Stellarium. Turn it on. This is the field of view of Seestar, and these are all the galaxies around C35 that we can get. Just the one, just Seestar, until it misbehaves, and then we can pull something else. I was working on my desktop, as we call it, the kitchen desktop, and a message appeared on the screen saying uninstalling Microsoft Office. And Windows proceeded to uninstall Microsoft Office for absolutely no reason. Now I have to figure out how to reinstall it. Will do, John. I have it on my list. It'll probably be the first target to go after tonight as soon as we have some dark sky. John, my Seestar just updated at the start of this session. It says firmware upgrade. Yeah, John, I was gonna post saying not since 8 p.m. No firmware updates recently. Jeannie, you have a launch coming up soon from Vandenberg, the NRO satellite. Is that correct? Yes, NRO L172 mission. Thanks, Bill. So the sun set at 8:17. Zena, not only does SpaceX launch a lot, they're also launching for their competitors. They're putting Amazon's satellites in orbit. They're launching Lockheed's resupply missions to the International Space Station. Yeah, tomorrow there is another resupply mission launching from Florida. Yeah, they have pretty much cornered the launch market. They know how to do it, they're doing it right. Trying to find the picture of Starship. Yep, there it is. This is Starship being moved on the road. You can see the tiny trucks in front and behind. Yeah, keeping an eye on them, wishing them success. Now, in case you have not seen, what is it? See, it's the same one. Well, that's how much of SpaceX I own now. All right, I'm starting to see stars here. We're gonna ask Seestar to see stars. Time to go to Polaris. Oh, the molar is back. That's something new. I had it pointing north. I decided to go all the way east. Okay, it is seeing stars, so hopefully it will resolve and head back. Yep. Okay, we're working here. Yeah, everybody's advising to stay put for at least 6 months after the IPO. When employees and insiders and what have you are cleared to sell their stock. Bill, we have a plane. I see it, I hear it. I'm still using Aura, but it has become touch and go as to when it tells me that servers are too busy. Pay here. Today, no fewer than 10 different outfits asked for my money online. Oh, you want real-time stock codes? It's $2.99 a month. Subscribe here. Oh, you want Super Grok? It's $30 a month. Subscribe here. I've been using Gemini, but Gemini is not as interactive. As soon as Seestar stops imaging the wall is centered. That's good. Jeannie, I'm wearing a California shirt today. The Lake Tahoe Marathon is the one that broke me. But I finished it and then crawled to the car because I broke my foot. I ended up with a stress fracture. It literally snapped. Yeah, 3600 sounds about right, Bill. It was low. Okay, autofocusing, come on. Yeah, I am southeast of the airport. Okay, thank you. Let's stop this and let's get to work. There's comma B. Go, 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 go. I still remember the funniest thing about the Lake Tahoe Marathon is the race director starting the race. He had his truck at the start line. He looks very mischievous around, opens the door, reaches in, pulls a shotgun, and starts us with a shotgun, and then puts it back with a smirk on his face. The only other race that I remember where they started us with a shotgun was the Hatfield-McCoy down in West Virginia. Okay, John, there we go. Comma, Bernice. Okay, John, help me out here. We used to correct for gradient by clicking on those three dots. Where did that go? It's gone. Okay. There we go. Haha. Now we make it a touch darker. Okay, is this what you want? Yeah, I had a stress fracture. Broke my 5th metatarsal. I can see Ursa Major on my Skycam. And a couple of starlings. Okay, this is Vega that we are seeing. Near the tail of yep, there is Vega. And down here is Spica. No, Zena, this was I ran Lake Tahoe in October of 2016, almost a decade ago. Yeah, we're not in a hurry, John. We have all night. Last time I got on a plane to go to a marathon was Jacksonville, Florida in January of 2020. And then COVID said no flying, no marathons. And haven't been on a plane since. Sorry, Bill, not paying for your retirement. Hello, Matthew. Hello, neighbor. What targets do you have in mind? Ladies and gentlemen, Matthew lives over the hill from me. Not that he is over the hill, but we are on opposite sides of the same hill, a couple miles apart. Bill, is this a plane or a satellite going through Skycam? Looks like a plane to me. It is a plane. Just south of us. It's going from the west to the east. Ladies and gentlemen, if you just joined us, this is the Pompey Observatory. With the Seestar S50 out looking at Coma Bernices. Okay. So you're doing visual observing tonight. It's supposed to be a very clear sky, and the sky cam is already showing quite a few stars around us. Uh-oh. Bill, my red light is bleeding into the Seestar. I'm going to turn it off. San Francisco to Boston makes sense. Zina, I was tempted to say, ha, speak for yourself, when you said nice group. You should see what they do when you're not around. They are an unruly bunch. Good one, John. 2175. Matthew, I was in Bortle 2 last week. Wanted to surprise the crowd with a good, nice session, but it were not to be because of cloud and rain. According to the light pollution map, we are at 2130. And we don't have to go too far to get to 2175 actually. Georgetown, New York, De Ruyter. I suspect Highland Forest would not be too. Yeah, Highland Forest is 21.7. I've been looking for property in the South Otselic area. That got us to 21.8. For those who are not familiar with the light pollution map, this is what it shows you. And as we zoom in, there is Pompey, and there is the Rooster Inn Observatory, Pompey Observatory, formerly known as Rooster Inn, and Google Maps does not want to update the name. Yeah, 21 something. That's Syracuse, very, very bright. Bortle 8 to 9. And very, very rapidly we can get to Bortle 3. So this is lightpollutionmap.info. So that's where the galaxies are. I'm going to give this target another 15 minutes or so, and then we'll hop onto NGC 5982 with its neighbors 81 and 85. I'll be back. There is a little bit of canine activity, a little bit too much canine activity downstairs. Be right back. I'm back. Are you talking about the budget deficit, John? 8 to 15 trillion? Given the high elevation of the cluster, we are starting to see field rotation. So we get rid of the field rotation by zooming in. It's gone. Yeah, everybody's talking about the biggest wealth transfer in history between our generation and our children's generation. I'm trying to refrain from darkening the sky cam until the sun is really gone. So we have, yeah, again at 400 is a bit too high. Let's see. Bill, I lowered the gain and the exposure on the sky cam. We're going to give C35 another 5 minutes or so and then hop onto build targets. But before that, we should be able to pay a visit to TCRB so John doesn't have to worry about it tomorrow. And then I'm going to try to park on 24p to see if we can see it. Hello, CGD. When does 235p rise on us tonight? Right about now it's starting to rise, but it will not be useful for a while. Yeah, around 11 we will get back to it. Someone said pizza? We should be able to see the International Space Station on maybe on Skycam. Rises at 9:53 and sets at 10:04. It should be following an arc from about here to about there. We'll see if we're gonna see it. This is Jupiter. It's gonna be passing very, very low to the horizon the whole way, but we'll keep an eye on it. So International Space Station in 10 minutes. did not mean equal. Hello, night waves. Let me see what it is for us. Okay, blue drier galaxy is Messier 100. We can pay it a quick visit before it disappears. Okay, thank you, John, for the C35 suggestion. We're going to see what Denise does. Okay, this is, wow, nice difference. Okay, TCRB. Keeping fingers crossed, it seems the latest firmware upgrade may have eliminated cord wrap. Haven't had any cord wraps tonight yet. Okay, it has not exploded, John. Still there. It's nicely bright. Oopsie, wrong one. Cancel, never mind. Yep, I see 487 already. This one is going to be problematic. It's too high and it's very close to the zenith. Let's see what Seestar does. You mean June, the year 2022, or the date, 22nd of June? Blow dryer is magnitude 9, so we should be able to dispatch of it in about 10 minutes. I'm surprised Seestar allowed this to go through. Talking about the Starlink. Not nice. What about the filter settings, John? We have auto DBE, and I have just a little bit of contrast correction, which I still like. That's all I have here. International Space Station should enter stage right and exit stage left in about a minute, right around here. Yeah, our sky is not too happy right now. Indeed, Gina, but unfortunately it's cold here. We're looking at a record low tomorrow, possibly in the 20s. And that is English 20s, not French. Okay, voila. So this is what we have. Blow dryer galaxy. Well, there we go, 5982. Draco. I don't think you need more than 30 minutes, Genie, for blow dryer. It's magnitude 9, so it's fairly bright. This is the Draco trio. One is an edge on, and one is a face on. These are the three galaxies, Bill. There's the International Space Station, very faint. I'm going to try to make it a bit brighter. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the ISS. You're welcome, Bill. We should see it coming back into view in a few minutes, right around there. But there it is, disappearing, and then will reappear briefly here in a few minutes. That was the exercise I gave my students in Oswego. Given a target, how to compute exposure time and all the other parameters needed, from filters to kind of mount, whether we need to go alt-as or equatorial. Hello, Star Traveler. Yes, it is the S50. On the left. And Sky Camera. There's the ISS showing up again. There's the International Space Station. It is indeed the detail. This is the Draco trio, NGC 59, 81, 82, and 85. And this is only 3 minutes in. Genie, this is only 3 minutes in. We'll give it 15 minutes before hopping onto a couple of comets. See if we can get them. Yeah, this is a gain of 400 on the Skycam. I may want to drop down to gain 350. It may be the sweet spot between 300 and 400. I'm going to make it just a touch darker. Okay, Bill. Is this a satellite or a plane? It's zipping by very fast. Oh. Oh. The answer is yes, Jeannie. But remember, I am zoomed in. If you zoom out, you see this. And you may or may not get the Seestar to go through for you. Yeah, I think so, Bill. I agree with your call. John, that is correct. They have us at Bortle 4, but Matthew measured it with his cell phone app, putting us closer to 3 than to 4. Right now, the sky is pretty dark. We have quite a few Starlink satellites tonight. Okay, I'm looking at for apps. There is a dark sky meter app. I don't know if it's gonna work. It requires I don't know if there is more than one there. Oh, Okay, I just downloaded Dark Sky Meter, and it says in my dark room I have Bortle 1. I can see the Milky Way on my Skycam, yes. Zina had said Bortle 1 in my room. The lights turned off. Okay, Bill, your image has been nicely distorted or messed up, polluted by Starlinks. Time to go comet hunting. 24p. Let's see what AI can do here. So this is what we have. It's nice. It got rid of all but 2 of the Starlink trails. See? No, we're good, Bill. No worry. All right, now we have to update the Comet catalog. Updated, it says. Let's see if the Sky Live will concur with the location of 24p. Sky Life does not have it. Okay, looks like we are spot on, and we should be able to get the comet. Let me show you. Those stars here this pattern of stars is the same as this pattern of stars, which means the comet is right here and it is right here. Okay, we have a comet. We're going to give it a few minutes. $24p. We'll go for 235p linear afterwards. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us tonight. This is the Pompey Observatory. After 24p, which should take us to about 11 o'clock, we're going to hop over to 235p linear, and then we'll try to go to bed before tomorrow. Plan is to be done by around in another hour or so, hour and a half tops. Unfortunately, the forecast right now, the long-term forecast suggests that Saturday night is a possibility, as well as Monday. Thursday is touch and go right now. Tuesday and Wednesday appear to be cloudy, so Thursday is a possibility. Friday is out. Saturday is possible. Monday looks like the most promising. I'm not going far tomorrow. Tomorrow is an easy 3 miles. The Saturday run is going to be just over 10. I'm increasing my weekend runs by about 2 miles each week and keeping the weekday runs at about 3 miles each. Right now, over the next 2 months, priority is to stay injury-free. And then when we get within 6 weeks on the marathon, we become very reckless and try to pile up the miles and get ready. Yeah, Monday looks very good, Bill. Good evening, Lost. We're glad you found us. As some of you may know, I am planning a trip to West Virginia, to Green Bank Observatory. Still working out the details. They do not allow any kind of electronic photography there, but they do allow old-fashioned film cameras. Right now my plan is to take lots of pictures while there and then develop them on a CD or thumb drive or whatever the format is, and then put them in a slideshow and then share them with you guys. For those not familiar with the Green Bank Observatory, that is the largest radio telescope, the Green Bank Telescope, largest steerable radio telescope in the world. And I'm looking forward to taking the high-tech tour as well as the bus tour. Still working out the details, John. They have not started, they are not selling tickets yet. Before I haul myself 10 hours down and 10 hours back, I want to make sure I have tickets. So I keep getting on their website and no tickets yet. Sometime in June. I will take telescopes with me as well to try to do some nighttime imaging away from the big telescopes. I think that's a plane, Bill. West of here. Matthew, the good news is the latest firmware upgrade to the Seestar has fixed all the chaos that the previous upgrade had introduced. 2 weeks ago, my Seestar was wrapping the power cord around its neck with every move. Tonight, not once, so we're good. We're still waiting to see a comet. I'm going to give it the full half-hour treatment because I think the comet is right here. Matthew, have they told you anything about their S70 or S80? Are they still going to build a big telescope? Ladies and gentlemen, in case you have not noticed, my battery has gone blue, which means it is still winter around here. Officially, the weather forecast is expecting temperature in the 20s tomorrow morning. Thanks, Bill. Yeah, I talked to Sam 2 years ago at NEAF, and he said they have what he called it, a large aperture team. I'm assuming large applied to aperture, not to team. Yeah, if Seestar builds a 3-inch aperture, that will be a real game changer for us. For those who joined us yesterday, being able to look at the supernova, the 2026 KID, with a single frame, it was clear as daylight with a single frame with an 11-inch piece of glass. When we tried looking for it with the Stellina, which has a much larger aperture than Seestar, it took a long time before you could see it. John, I'll be very happy with 80. I don't mind it being pro only, that's fine. I mean, here we are, 15 minutes worth of stack, and still unable to see the comet. If we had 3 times the glass, we'd be done by now. Stellina is 85 millimeters, 3 inches. John, Stellina has something else that no other telescope does, namely it rotates the sensor itself to eliminate field rotation. Stellina was really a breakthrough in astrophotography. The telescope came with a built-in dew heater that automatically turns on when necessary. It has a rotating sensor, which is a major breakthrough. It has built-in filters to image nebula and the like. There's another plane, Bill. Yeah, I'm happy with my 585. That's what I'm using on my C11, on my Edge HD 11-inch. Hey, Bill, I just remembered I needed to tell you I got another big thank you to pass on to you from the Oswego folks. They were scheduled to have a public viewing night and a tree fell on an electric wire that took out the dome, so they could not open the dome to use the 16-inch Meade. So they turned to Mr. Meade, and they still had a full night with 23 some people, everybody using Mr. Meade, looking at a whole bunch of targets. And then I received an email afterwards saying that the 90 Meade, the ET90, saved the night for them. Otherwise, they would have been dead in the water. So thanks again, Bill. When we had the lunar eclipse in March, Mr. Meade was the only telescope there for visual observing of the eclipse. And fortunately, their faculty learned how to use it, got used to using it, and now they turn to it as their first stop before they go anywhere else. As you know very well, a 16-inch telescope is useless for viewing the moon, unless you're looking for the Dollar General that is on the back side. Did you hear that when the Artemis 2 mission, when they went behind the moon, the very first thing they saw was a Dollar General store? Yes, John, the comet is showing, finally. Actually, that ETX90 is at a sweet spot between the very large professional telescopes and the smaller amateur telescopes. It tracks extremely well. It has good optics and it has the right eyepieces. So the only thing that would come close would be an 8-inch either Celestron or Meade, but they are a lot heavier and a lot bulkier to use. I think it's an ETX90. John. I don't know, Bill, if they did or not. That was the plan. But I was very pleased that it still considers Pluto a planet. That made some people happy. Yeah, they have a very active Astronomy 101 course. Lots of people take it. The great majority take it as an elective. Don't know how big the actual astronomy program. No, it's getting close to quitting time on this comet. I want to see if we can get the 235p, and then we'll be close to quitting. Okay, where is 235p? I want to go see if we can find it. So there's our comet, barely visible. Okay. They may or may not have 235p, we'll see. This will be our last target of the night. We're going to give it a few minutes to see if there is any hope. There is disagreement as to whether it is magnitude 14 or what. Next we go to Stellarium for a sanity check. That's what I'm doing, John. Looks like it. Let me show you. Yeah, it is smack in the middle. If you look at those 3 stars or a row of 4 stars, they are obviously there. Good night, Gina. Yeah, it appears to be, well, there is consensus between Seestar and Stellarium as to its location. I updated the comet database for both. Actually, it's starting to show. Yeah, we have it. It's right here. You can see the two tiny stars side by side. Right here. Those two. And they are right there. And there's the comet. So if we give it a few minutes, it's going to show nicely. I see green. This star here is magnitude 15 and Seestar is showing it. Right now, Seestar, with only 2 minutes of stack time, is showing magnitude 16 stars. And as we zoom a little bit further out, this is the field of view of Seestar. I had been journaling, but not lately. I should get back to it. When we get our Seestar 80, that'll be a piece of cake. Yeah, this was a big improvement with Seestar, the ability to update the Comet database. It is worth noting that the comet is very, very low over the horizon in this area of pollution, light pollution. So the fact that we're seeing it is a testimony to Seestar here. According to Stellarium, it's magnitude 16. And this is the light pollution that we have in the general vicinity of where the comet is. CGD, I did not solve it. There was a firmware upgrade today that seems to have solved it. Yeah, last time you may recall it was nothing short of a nightmare, because it was always reaching this way to get to the targets. Always went the full 360 degrees when it did not need to. Tonight, without a hitch. John, when I turned my app on tonight, as soon as I turned Seestar on, the app said firmware update. Did not say anything about an app update. Will it show us anything here? Firmware 732. That's what it updated. Let me see if anybody will tell us when was the last update. It is saying 7.06 was a month ago. I don't know what to tell you, John. Tonight was the first time my app told me about the 732 update, unless they are rolling them in some haphazard manner the way Tesla does. Yeah, my Tesla firmware update has been a total disaster. Not from a safety perspective, but we lost ARA, and there has been a major regression in its ability to drive in parking lots. It just cannot find a way to get out anymore of the parking lot. It no longer leaves my garage, no longer parks in my garage. Yeah, Bill, tonight it did not update the app, it only updated the firmware on the instrument. Let me see if it let us check the app version. Yeah, I have 3.1.2 up here. They are saying the CGD, the main updates in 732 aiming to improve tracking stability. And there is a disclaimer on Google AI, on Gemini, which said firmware updates are often rolled out gradually. So I may have been on their bad boy list and did not get mine till today. It doesn't matter. It fixed many of my problems. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we definitely have the comet. And since John has to go to work tomorrow to pay for my Social Security, it is time to wish everybody a good night. And signing off.